This is North Port Now, where we bring you everything happening in and around our city. From honoring veterans to summer swim hours, we've got you covered. Here's what you need to know this week. We recently gathered for the dedication of the Circle of Honor, a meaningful space created to recognize U.S. veterans and active duty service members from all branches of the military and to honor a legacy of service across generations. The ceremony marked the completion of this special place and recognized the bravery, sacrifice, and service of those who have served our country. It is a lasting tribute in the heart of our community, giving everyone a place to reflect, remember, and show appreciation. If you did not get a chance to attend the dedication, we invite you to stop by over Memorial Day weekend and experience the Circle of Honor for yourself. Speaking of the new space, the first event held there will be American Legion Post 254's annual Memorial Day ceremony. It will take place at 10 a.m. on May 25th at the Circle of Honor on the east side of City Hall adjacent to the Mullen Center. We hope you can join us to honor and remember those who gave their lives for our country. Due to the Memorial Day holiday, City Hall and other city offices will be closed on Monday, May 25th. The Morgan Center and Mullen Center will be closed as well. The North Port Aquatic Center will be open 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and War Mineral Springs Park will be open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. There is no change to the solid waste pickup schedule. Summer is almost here, and that means more time at the pool. Starting May 28th, the North Port Aquatic Center will move into summer hours, giving you more chances to cool off, stay active, and spend time with family and friends. With slides, a lazy river, a splash pad, and more, there is something for everyone to enjoy. The Aquatic Center will be open daily from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., with extended hours on Fridays until 9 p.m. If you are looking for a fun way to beat the heat, this is the place to be. Learn more about activities and amenities at northportfl.gov/pool. Did you know you can request a hurricane preparedness presentation from North Port Emergency Management? As we approach the start of the Atlantic hurricane season on June 1st, it's more important than ever to have a plan in place. Whether you are part of an HOA, a local business, or a community group, these free presentations are a great way to get ready for storm season and learn directly from the experts. To learn more or schedule a presentation, visit northportfl.gov/communications. And speaking of hurricanes, sign up for emergency text alerts from the city by visiting alertsarasotacounty.com. This service is used not only during storm season, but for any emergency we may face. It's time for more commission meeting highlights, where City Manager Jerome Fletcher takes us through the latest City Commission decisions and what they mean for the public. Here to tell us more about the Commission's May 19th meeting is City Manager Fletcher. Hey, Jerome, thank you for being here again.
Hey, Madison. Thanks for having me.
So, as you recall, there was a lot of public comment at this meeting. I know we're in election season and emotions are running high. So, what would you say to people that are observing all the dialogue that took place at the meeting that they now may be seeing on social media?
Well, I would say that, as you referenced, this is election time, and people do get emotional because they get passionate over ideas or positions that they take. And sometimes that comes into our place of business, and the chamber is the place where the commission conducts their business. It's a healthy discussion as long as people are professional and respectful, and they respect other people's rights to have varying opinions. So I think the emotional aspect of the comments that we're getting and the public comments that we're hearing are coming from places of mutual interest. It's just how we look at them differently and finding out how to get to that same place together. And I also have to believe that the most productive communication in those instances will happen outside of the chambers. And I encourage everyone to reach out to their commissioners, reach out to the city manager, and get the answers or direction they need to be the most productive in this conversation.
Absolutely. And I think that statement in general could apply to the next thing we're going to talk about here, because the City Commission chose option B, which we'll talk about, for a conservation easement at War Mineral Springs Park, another thing that our community is very passionate about. So what does that mean in terms of acreage, and what can and cannot be built there?
Well, to tackle the first part of that is, we've been talking about this for about 2 years-ish, at least, maybe even more, since the new board came on in 24. And I think we have had enough public conversation where we've discussed the desire to follow the majority of the 2019 plan, which was mentioned last night through the general terms, the conservation easement, and the partnership with those who were in attendance has been so important just to get us to the point of saying that we are going to protect the springs, which is what everybody wants, first and foremost. Second of all, then having the ability to allow it to provide certain aspects that will only enhance the visitor's experience has been decided upon as well. So when they talk about the 15 acres and then they talk about the trailhead and how do you get, the 20 acres, that is really boiling down to how big of a footprint they want to actually leave for a different type of amenity on that property. But no one, I think, is trying to take away from the character of the property or the purpose or the overall goal, which is to maintain the springs and cherish it for one of the assets that we have in the city of North Port.
Right. And the last thing that I want to talk with you about is kind of another point of clarification, and also on the topic of environment. So the commission approved on second reading the name change of Tree Fund to Environmental Protection Fund. So now that it's officially changed, what does it mean in terms of what the fund supports?
Well, the meaning and the purpose of the fund did not change. It only expands the ability for the money to be in one bucket for it still to preserve and serve our environment, to make sure that we're planting trees and taking care of other areas of our natural environment that we want to preserve and protect, as well as, the purchase of land that they might seem or deem necessary for us to continue to move the city forward. It's just a name change based on a code that changed that we need to keep up with and make sure that they're in alignment with each other. There's always a concern when you start moving or renaming or doing something that people, once again, are passionate about. But that passion has to come across in a productive way and a full understanding of what we're doing so that there's not this continual fear that something is changing that they don't know or they don't have control over. I think that it really boils down to, when I hear a lot of the passion, it's, well, I can't control what you're doing and I don't like what you're doing. And they have to believe that what we're doing is still in their best interest. That's what we're all are fighting for, is to make sure that we preserve, protect, and advance the city. If we all can agree on that outcome, we can differ on how to get there, but we all have to make sure that we're all on the same page with what we're trying to achieve.
Right, definitely. And with this particular thing, the Environmental Protection Fund is still protecting trees, but It's also encompassing the other environmental things that our Natural Resources Division and other departments are working toward.
Yes, the tree fund is not an accurate description of everything that happens within that fund. It's just not. The environmental protection, now that is, because as we continue to grow and develop as a city, we have to maintain and protect our environment. That is not going to change as one of our priorities. It's not going to change as one of the directions that the current commission is going to give. So we're going to protect our area and our land and our trees.
Sure, yeah. Smart and responsible growth. Definitely goes hand in hand with environment and protecting it. So Jerome, as usual, thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll catch you after the next meeting.
Thank you, ma'am, for having me.
You can visit northportfl.gov/meetings to view the agendas for upcoming meetings or watch videos of any meeting you missed. We'll be bringing you more highlights after the next commission meeting in June. Thanks for tuning in to North Port Now. Be sure to check out the show notes for links and more details on everything we covered today. Have a great week, North Port, and don't forget to stay informed, stay engaged, and stay connected.